come over here. It has to go through customs after it came across on this massive ship, burning millions of gallons of fuel.
What is the purpose of a company?
The purpose of a company is to earn money for its shareholders.
It's to make money. To US case law. It's to make money, correct?
For its shareholders, according to US case law.
That's fine. A corporation's role is to make money. If a company could make more money manufacturing things in this country, why is it that they choose to do it overseas?
Because the labor is cheaper.
So that means that it's cheaper for them to do.
Yes, but it's not American jobs.
Those are two completely separate arguments. Because you can say that you want things to be made here all you want, but it still costs more to do that. The reason why they do things overseas is because they're cheaper. That's what it is.
Understandable, yes. Of course it's going
to
be
cheaper. But that nukes your entire argument.
Excuse me, let me finish. It doesn't nuke my entire argument because the benefit of having a corporation that's able to operate within the borders of our country is to also be able to have jobs that are going with that. So they're not only making money off the American citizen, they're also in some fashion paying an American citizen to be a job holder here for them, for their company.
These are two completely different arguments. Because the whole thing that I said was that what you're advocating for is raising prices for Americans. That's what your job is to raise prices on Americans. No matter how you want to spin it, you are trying to raise prices on Americans. That's what you're trying to do.
Improves the economy and
no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And that's why particularly
will have more
you saw
jobs
this.
Then.
No, that's just not accurate. That's just not accurate. It's not accurate because we saw this with Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act. You don't know what you're talking about. We saw this after Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act. They went forward and they did this. And ultimately what happened as a result, you had less jobs that happened in America because when you put these tariffs, other countries raised tariffs on us. That meant that other people outside of the country were not buying our goods as much, which meant that if we did not have to produce as much to export as much, that ultimately went and made sure that these companies didn't have to produce as much. And when they don't do that, that means that there's less jobs for them to do. This is one of the direct causes for why the Great Depression happened the way it was. You saw that and when this happened, companies in America ended up raising their prices because, number one, they did not have to worry about the threat of a foreign competitor coming up and taking their business. So they went forward and they raised their prices every single time. This is literally something that happened. That's why when Trump talked about the threat of these things, the stock market crashed because companies were not feeling good anymore because they knew the effects of what happened when they did this back in the 1920s. So your argument is just simply not accurate. What you're advocating for is to raise the prices on Americans. Ultimately, it will hurt American jobs because we saw this before. It was a trigger of the Great Depression, and that's why the market has been tanking as a result.
So can I give you a couple points that don't factor that at all?
No. I want you to address what I just said. You don't get to just change and pivot the subject. I want you to address what I just said because you don't. I don't believe that you legitimately have a rebuttal for what I just said.
If you would let me finish, I let you finish. A week, barely even.
You don't want to address what I just said.
I'm still on my original topic. A week after Trump announced the tariff on automobile imports to the country.
Nope. If you want to pivot, then that's just how it's going to go. Anyways, all right. Thank you, Samantha, for the $50 for our campaign. Thank you. Thank you, Donna, for the mug. I appreciate you. Thank you, Shantae, for the $25 for our campaign. Thank you, PJ, for getting a mug for our campaign. Thank you, Norris, for the $25 for our campaign. Thank you, Catherine, for the $40 for our campaign. And thank you, Sharon. Thank you for the $10 for our campaign. If you want to chip into our campaign, go to isaiahmartin.org. Absolutely. You can go for it. You can click the link inside of my bio, and it absolutely will be there for you. Link inside of my bio. Click there, and also go to IsaiahMartin.org.
Man, y'all go get a Magateers mug. It is literally crunch time right now. And what better way to go and watch these Trumpers cry and whine and scream than with a Magateers mug? So do that. Chip into the campaign what you can. This is a people-powered movement. And honestly, that's the way to do it, honestly. So
in the chat.
W.
All right, what's up, Gary? Hello? Someone said, how much more do we need? About 1,400 is about where we're at right now.
Gotta hit the goal, everybody. We got 30 minutes.
Yes, indeed. What's up, Isaac?
Hello. I'm saluting from Panama. Fan of your lives. I'm mostly a watcher. Don't want to take much time. Just want to add to your points. As you know, we've been news lately in the United States due to our canal, and I'm just going to give you some points for your discussion. And just one fact where even in Panama, where we have a lot of friends which are Democrats, Republicans, there seems the more they know and the more discussion there is, even Republicans agree that the Panama Canal is in better hands with Panama as a republic. And back then, when the Soviet Union helped the liberation of the Suez Canal by Egypt, it caused a lot of issues for England, and Egypt became an ally of the Soviet Union. And to prevent that, Jimmy Carter, bright man, pretty much foreseen what could have happened, preventing the expansion of the Soviet Union, which now it's Russia. Thought that the best thing was to have Panama as an ally. So adding that, and a lot of people say, well, and it's so expensive for the United States to maintain the previous canal zone, super expensive, with American wages and the expenses, major expenses on just holding this major asset. So it's very economic for the United States not to have to pay and administer for the Panama Canal. So just wanted to add that to your discussions when other folks say, I just take it, not the way it works. So thank you.
Absolutely. No, I appreciate you so much. You're 100% right. I think that people don't quite understand that for America, taking over the Panama Canal is not what they think. Like, it's just crazy. But in any event, I do appreciate you for coming on and dropping that on. W's in chat for Isaac. Thank you. Wait, Olivia, your internet just popped out. Wait, what just happened? Wait. I don't know what happened to the internet.
I've literally never seen you do that before.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Sharon, for the $10 for our campaign. Thank you, Sherry from Texas. Shout out. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you for donating to our campaign. Thank you. Yes. Oh, what's up, Mickey? Good to see you. And thank you, Joel, for the $5 for our campaign. Really means a lot, guys. Thank you. Let's see who's next. What's up?
How's it going?
Good.
So I disagree and agree with your topic, and hear me out before you kick me, because I'm more towards disagreeing with you. So a couple questions. It says ask me anything, so I'm going to ask you a couple questions before I get to my point. So with the outsourcing, okay, we were just talking about outsourcing. It's better for us. Yet, democratically, you lean that everybody should have like mass amnesty and all this stuff.
I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that at all.
Okay, so you disagree with some of Kamala's
Kamala
policy.
did not believe in mass amnesty. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. So that's not a false statement.
I don't believe in. That's never been.
This is like nationwide. But anyways,
I mean, I think that you're trying to assign positions to me that I don't hold.
Okay. So I'll ask you questions then, rather than assume. Okay, that's fair. I get it. This particularly is like a big situation because I'm Native American. You're African American. My question is, with history itself, how is it okay for us to have modern day slavery be our scapegoat?
What?
Outsourcing. Yeah, it's cheaper for you as an American, but the person that's working for Walmart overseas has terrible conditions. You can look up so many different instances, even in modern day, where we're mistreating people from other countries so it can be cheaper for you. But I guarantee you that you feel a certain way about DEI and reparations and stuff. It's just hypocritical.
It's always amazing to me how people get up on here and assume by just me being up here that I hold certain positions, and it's just kind of interesting how you guys do that, largely because if I were to get on here and say that you are a card-carrying fascist that hates this country and you want to cancel elections, you would probably disagree. You would probably do everything you can to disagree. So you see what happens when you go and you assume positions from somebody? You see that?
I'm not assuming.
You just did.
When you didn't respond.
What do you mean? You asked. You just went and just stated a bunch of positions, and then you. I mean, it's just like it's interesting.
It's a rhetorical question.
So then here's a rhetorical question. So then here's a rhetorical question for you. Are you a fascist that hates this country, that ultimately wants to cancel elections and ultimately supported the invading of the Capitol by a bunch of thugs on January 6th? Do you support I'm assuming that you support the pardoning of a bunch of insurrectionists that completely were an abomination to this country and should be completely under the... Well, you support all of that stuff, right?
No, it's a way different topic than slavery.
Okay. So you see what happens when you go forward and why would
you support someone who's okay with outsourcing to
what I believe in is very clear. Your position is that you want to make things more expensive for Americans, but you ran on a platform of lowering prices for people because you cannot have your cake and eat it too. If you want to go and manufacture cheap goods in the United States of America, then that makes them more expensive. That's what
only
it is.
About the U.S. to you, and that's exactly my.
So then, don't go and run on a platform of saying that you want to reduce prices for Americans when the principal policy that you're talking about will raise prices for Americans. You don't get to go and claim those things
for the current time.
Forever it will.
For the current time being.
What do you mean for the current? So how would those prices go down?
The person before me was correct. Over time, you will actually have improvement in society as a whole.
Then why did that not happen with Smoot-Hawley tariff?
It's just called it's patience.
So why did that not happen with the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act? Why did this not happen in the 1930s when they did this? They used the same argument back then. Why did that not happen?
They used the same argument back then, but they were also still holding on to some very nasty values.
That's not what I said.
You and I can both agree on.
Why is it that back in the 1930s? What?
They were not following any of their actual policies.
They literally went forward and put massive tariffs on pretty much every single import to come into this country. What are you talking about? It was the exact same. And then on top of that, they then went and deported a large swath of the labor force when they deported over 4 million Mexican citizens in this country. What are you talking about?
You know what's great about
Mexican repatriation?
The best part about going back to the 1930s in this argument is literally the fact that in some aspect we agree that Trump is bad for America. The reason I think he's good for America is because values will be flipped on their head and people
No,
will...
I want to go back to the whole idea that you said that in the long term that these things would be good. But the last time that they did this, you guys literally, and you guys as in the Republicans,
by other countries right now?
you went and absolutely destroyed the American economy. That's what you
being
did.
tariffed by other countries right now.
That's completely
including
irrelevant.
Canada.
It's
Canada's
completely
great.
irrelevant. Canada
No,
has free
it's
trade.
perfectly.
Canada
So
has free.
every other
You're
country can tariff
again.
on-
You're
tariff the hell
pivoting
out of-
us.
No,
And
I'm not.
this is why this argument doesn't make any sense. Because
It does make sense.
I don't think that you
The
understand who
tariffs-
pays a tariff. It doesn't matter what other countries do. That's on them. That's
I
their
understand
economy.
We're paying the tariff.
What?
Yes, they can. Okay. So here's the thing: being weak-minded and settling for the fact that other countries can tariff us, but as long as we outsource,
Buddy,
we're safe right now.
Who pays a tariff? Who pays a tariff?
We as the people pay the tariff. It's
Okay.
a tax on
So
us.
if
I
another
how a
country,
tariff
wait a
is going
second.
to work.
If another country goes and put a tariff on us, it's not us that's paying that. It's their citizens. I don't really give a shit what their citizens are paying as a result in tariffs put on us. It's an argument that's used for people who do not understand what tariffs are. That's why Trump says this.
So you're okay, like I said, and this is hypocritical for sure. And you can say whatever you want about stance. All of
Buddy, why are you trying to pivot? Why are you trying so hard to pivot away from what we're talking about? The reality is that you have not and you will not show any example since the 1930s of how this has been a benefit. Because you're trying to go back to the buzzwords.
No, because I agreed with you. This all connects. I agree that Trump may destroy America in the process of this, but you're just focalizing on America as a whole when you think we're doing great things right now.
So I thought that you just ran on an agenda of lowering prices for all people in this country. Isn't that what you just ran on?
In every country.
No, that's not what he said. He said he wants us to pay lower for things.
Over time, you're avoiding the.
So
fact
how
that
would you get there?
That if you
How
voted
would
Kamala,
you
you're
get
gonna
there
continuously
over
promote
time?
legal slavery.
How would you get there over time?
Oh my God! Why are you dodging that?
How would you get there? Because you're trying to pivot, and you're like a flopping fish on the deck, and I'm not letting you pivot.
I'm not. The world, literally as a whole, matters, but you're focused on America.
Why is it that you are trying so hard?
I'm literally.
To pivot? You're talking about everything except for what we're talking about. How is it that you're going to see prices go down over time? In America, yes. How?
You don't think other tariffs are going to drop once everybody?
That is literally you not understanding what a tariff is. That's you not understanding what a tariff is.
Because a tariff is. It's called a combative tariff.
Is not paid by
it's a combative
us.
tariff.
So how is it that you are going to lower the price of goods over time? I'm not letting you out of this. You're not going to pivot.
Because
you're literally like Hakeem Olajuwon in the 90s.
4 years is too long. I need the prices now. 4 years is too long.
How are you going to get the price? How are you going to get the prices to go down? How are you going to get the prices to go down? Going once. Going twice.
How am I going to get the prices to go down?
Going 3 times.
So 4 years go by with these tariffs. Our prices are extremely high, and I understand that, okay? Other countries are going to drop tariffs, or we're going to come to some agreement.
He doesn't understand what a tariff is. You don't understand what a tariff. You don't. Because you cannot say that you understand what a tariff is if you're telling me what another country is going to do. Why? Because it is not another country that goes and pays. It is their people that pays a tariff. That's it. It is their people that pays a tariff. And at the end of the day, and it seems as if we're reaching an impasse here because I don't really think that you really have anything else to say. But at the end of the day, it is their people that pays a tariff. They put this in place in the 1930s. It crashed the economy. It destroyed jobs. It raised prices, and it ultimately was not good for this country.
It did, because
And maybe,
other
just maybe,
countries
when
were
you go
free,
look
and
at
we're gonna
Holly
dodge
Smoot,
out.
you'll understand how this works. In any event, that was a waste of time. Let's see. Thank you, Don, for the $15 for our campaign. Thank you, Jacob, for the $50 for our campaign. Thank you, Mary, for the $27 for our campaign. Thank you, Melissa, for the $25 for our campaign. Thank you, Latoria, for the $77 for our campaign. And thank you, Nelda, for the $20 for our campaign. Guys, we have 16 minutes left for our campaign. We're about $1,200 away from our goal. We'll see if we can get there. I don't know, but that's going to be the thing. So we'll try our best. But yeah, let's see. Let's see.
We got to get this man to the goal.
Yes.
Let's do it, everyone.
We have $1,200. All right. We're going to try it anyway. Hello, Stefan?
What's up, good sir?
What's up?
How you guys doing?
Good.
So what's the dealio? What are we on about here?
Oh, someone says, how can you contribute? Go to isaiahmartin.org. You can also click the link in my bio, but go to isaiahmartin.org is how you can contribute. We have literally 15 more minutes before end of quarter.
Yes,
what's up?
Sir. Oh. What's the dealio here?
I'm just answering questions from people. Yeah. So
what are they complaining about with the tariffs? What's the big issue?
they are going to destroy this country, and they're going to destroy our economy.
Why would you say that?
Raises prices.
Prices are already going up no matter if there was a tariff or not.
So what do you mean by that?
The prices were already going up on everything, no matter if there was. And the tariffs have always been behind the scenes. It's just now people are seeing them.
How so?
There was always a 25% tariff on, like, I'm Canadian, just so you know. And I mean, we've already been charging a tariff on the oil and the stuff going down south. But
then what's NAFTA?
NAFTA's a garbage can.
What's USMCA?
Another garbage can.
And what does the USMCA do?
Oh, now I got to look that one up.
What does it do? Do you know what the USMCA is?
I will not say anything I do not know.
Okay, great. So the USMCA is basically the exact same thing as NAFTA. Do you know what the acronym of NAFTA means, Mr. Canadian?
Oh, geez, it's right on the tip of my tongue.
Okay. Why don't you Google it, and then you can come back on here. I just want you to read it to me.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. I'll be here.
I'll be 2 seconds.
All right. Thank you so much, Latoria, for the $100 for our campaign. Thank you, Brandon, for the $100 for our campaign. Can we get some W's in the chat for Latoria and Brandon? We are literally $1,000 away from our goal. We got literally 13 minutes, everybody. $1,000 away. I know. Whew. Guys, this is crazy. W's in the chat. All right.
1,000, we can literally do it. We can do it.
All righty. Stefan, let's see. If you guys want to go and join and donate to the campaign, go to isaiahmartin.org. We have 12 minutes left. Oh my gosh. Literally. Whoa! We got W's in the chat for Georgia for the $5 for our campaign. Thank you, Brittany, for the $18 for our campaign. Char with the $10 for our campaign. And thank you, Stephanie, for the $52 for our campaign. We are literally 800 and what is that? 60, about 860 away from that goal, guys. We are so close. 12 minutes away. IsaiahMartin.org. You can click the link in my bio. You can absolutely do that. Let's go. Where's Stefan at? Stefan, where are you? Stefan.
I'm just reading.
All right. So what does NAFTA stand for?
I am just about there. I finally found.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Larry, for the $25 for our campaign. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, guys. We're literally so close.
Yeah, so it was to eliminate the
No. What does it stand for?
The borders.
What does it stand for?
North American Free Trade Agreement.
Okay, so it sounds like we have free trade between the United States and Canada. Is that right?
Which was very untrue in the background.
Oh, is that right? Is that right?
There was already, no matter what, there was still a tariff on aluminum, on steel.
Oh, this is beautiful. You must be a Albertan, are you?
No, I'm Manitoban.
You're not a Danielle Smith supporter?
No, sir. We send down all our extra.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I am on the fence with that, to be honest with you. I don't like this Carnegie fella. I'd like to kick him.
Oh, I love Carney. Carney's great. Carney's great. I love Carney. So? I love Carney, actually. Seriously.
I don't know. I don't trust
I wish he was the American president.
I don't trust his smile. He looks cheaty.
Oh, no. Well, you know, do you trust Pierre Poilievre?
I think I'd like to see actions more than words, but he does have good words, so that kind of is a little sneaky on
that. Slogan Boy and Maple MAGA are going to get their ass kicked in just a couple more weeks, but, you know, it is what it is.
Well, we'll see. Like, we run healthcare, childcare here in Manitoba, my wife and I.
Well, I wish you.
The Liberal Party really supports extra stuff for that, so it's a bonus.
Well, look, at the end of the day, I think that Carney's going to win. Doug Ford doesn't even want to support your guy, but you know we'll see.
Oh no, I don't have a guy. I told you that straight out. I'm on the fence with everybody.
All righty. Well, in any event,
I wait till the end and then I kind of make a choice.
I hear you. All right, my friend. Well, thanks for coming on. I do love the country of Canada. I will say I think that most Americans love the country of Canada, and I hate the fact that our that our president is kind of destroying our relationship.
I have a house in Florida.
Well, that's awesome. Shout out to you.
I mean, like, local support back and forth is a premium. That's perfect. What's wrong with that?
Well, you know, we'll see. Anyways, man, I gotta get to some of these people.
Okay,
thanks so much for coming on. All right,
have a good one.
Appreciate it. All right. I do love Canadians. Canadians are really nice people. All right. Thank you, Joseph, for the $20 for our campaign. Thank you, Seth, for the $20 for our campaign. Thank you, Kara, for the $10 for our campaign. Thank you, Dwayne, for the $40 for our campaign. Thank you, Brandon, for the $50 for our campaign. Thank you, Keena, for the $20 for our campaign. Thank you, Ad, for the $18 for our campaign. And thank you, Reyes, for the $50 for our campaign, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Diana, for the $25 for our campaign. Thank you, Tracy, for the $10 for our campaign. Thank you, Ewa, for the $50 for our campaign. Oh my gosh! Oh, we hit it! How much? We hit the goal! Holy shit! Samantha with the nuke! With the $833 for our campaign! What? Oh my gosh, Samantha, with the absolute nuke! We did it! We raised the goal! Oh my gosh! Holy shit! Can we get Samantha to come up here? Thank you, Anthony, for the $50 for our campaign. Oh my gosh. With the nuke. Holy shit. Can Samantha come up, please? What? Can we please find Samantha? Thank you, Boss, for the $7 for our campaign. Thank you, Jason, for the $10 for our campaign. I am in shock. Jason, Samantha with the nuke. Is Samantha here? I don't know where Samantha is, but I just want to say I love you, Samantha. Whoa. Whoa. Thank you, Jason, for the $10 for our campaign. I cannot say enough. You guys are the GOATs. Can we put Samantha in the Hall of Fame? I'm running for the U.S. Congress. I love you, Samantha. I promise I won't let you down. And when we cook MTG in Congress, it'll be great. I wish I could bring her up. I don't know her using it. Can we find? Wow, that was a nuke. Shout out to Samantha. Like, I'm in shock. I'm actually in shock. I can't believe that. I'm actually in shock. We love you, Samantha. What a nuke. Wow. Wow. Well, so this is Samantha. Well, look, if you want to come up, I love to chat. W's in the chat for Samantha. Thank you.
Thank you, Samantha. Thank you. Thank you for all of the work that you're doing. Oh my God, we need you so badly.
Oh my God.
We need you.
I'm I'm shook. I'm like actually shook. Like, you really just like with the nuke, like, and the crazy part is we came on here with a goal and we didn't even know if it was like possible because it was like crazy. So the fact that we were able to do this in literally an hour and a half, like, I just cannot thank you enough. And everybody who like chipped in to the campaign, like, you guys literally, I don't even.
I'm so shook right now.
I'm shook.
Samantha, that was so kind of you.
Josh, come here.
Oh my gosh,
Josh, come say thank you to Samantha.
And those guests were pissing me off, so wanted to rub their face in it too.
Oh no, 100%.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Oh my gosh, you're putting in the hours. I see you guys on here every night. You guys are doing the Lord's work. We need to DC.
I appreciate it, and you guys are all gonna have to. Everybody in here, you know, we have 1,000 people here. We all got to pull up to the Capitol for Inauguration Day, because I'm telling you, they're probably never will see a special election fill the gallery like we will, and I'm excited for it. We're gonna have so much fun. We're gonna get a lot of stuff done. We're gonna make Trump's life hell. So, you know, I appreciate you, Samantha, for everything.
I appreciate you guys.
So, thank you so much. You guys, you and everybody else, like literally so many people, like hundreds of people, like helped us get to this goal, and you with the nuke. So thank you just for everything. All righty. Well, thanks, Samantha. And come back anytime. All right. Thanks. We love Samantha. I don't even know what to say. Everybody here, like, thank you guys for everything. Like, Craig, thank you so much for the $27. You got a mug. Thank you so much, Craig. Thank you, Jason, for the $10 for our campaign. Thank you, Samuel, for the $10 for our campaign, guys. Like, I can't even say enough. Like, just thank you guys. We got to toast Magateers. Guys, if you guys want to contribute, you guys have 2 more minutes. You can go to isaiahmartin.org. If you want to get one of these Magateer mugs for the road.
We're $21 away from our secondary goal.
Well, but Samantha hit like the goal. Everybody just think
100%.
Yeah, so we're good on that. But in any event, yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody, like, because in these 2 minutes, we ran like a complete people-powered campaign, and it's been because of you guys that we're even able to be here. Like, I want to make sure that you guys know that when we get to Congress, it's every single one of you that are going to help us get there. So if you want to get a mug, you can go to isaiahmartin.org as well. Let's see if we can get one more debate in before.
Like the New Year. It feels like a New Year celebration.
I want to see if we can get one more debate in. Let's see. Oh my gosh, thank you to Cyan for the $52 for our campaign. Thank you, Maddie, for getting a mug. And thank you, Brian, for the $50 for our campaign. Thank you, everybody. We cooked. What's up, Nicholas?
What's up, man?
What's up?
Congratulations, you're running for Congress. That's all
Yes.
awesome. I'm asking, and I see that you have a lot of followers, so that's an accomplishment. I'm asking about prior to TikTok and arguing with people who use arguments that they saw on the news. What else have you done in your life? Your accomplishments and the impact that you've done besides arguing with people on TikTok that I would vote for you for Congress.
Well, first of all, I don't really watch TV, right? So it's not arguments that I see on the news.
Not you.
But
that's what other people
what have
say.
I done? I mean, I started my life per se. I wasn't really involved ultimately until I was in college, until someone close to me went through something traumatic. And I created an organization that went and brought over $150,000 for survivors of SA. We eventually got free legal support, free support groups, all of these things for students in the city of Houston. And it was a big thing. We then worked, we took on Greg Abbott when he made 4-hour-long lines to go and vote for students and people in the third world community. We made our football stadium a polling site on election day in 2020. We brought that 4-hour-long wait time down to about 5 minutes. We had a student leader vaccination panel back when C-19 was going raging. We went and distributed this for people. And ultimately, I just spent my life solving problems as a young person. I was mentored for 4 years by Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee that represented this area, represented this district, did 90 straight vaccination sites with her, ultimately started off carrying her purse and then ended up a senior advisor for her. And then I spent the last year campaigning for Democrats all across the country, working to flip the House. I spent a lot of time in Alabama for Shamari Figures, a lot of time in New York for Mondaire Jones, for Tom Swazi, did a lot of work for Janelle Bynum in Oregon. So did a lot of work to go forward and campaign for Democrats across the country, campaigned for people, campaigned for Kamala Harris, because that ultimately was what was important. So to answer your question, yes, I understand a lot about politics because I love to read. Yes, I have experience because I've gotten things done for working for people like Congresswoman Jackson Lee. And yes, I delivered things on my own as an organization right here in the city of Houston that delivered $150,000 for survivors in this district that ultimately needed help. And I stood up for them.
Nice. That's a impactful statement. Appreciate that. I just want to know your experience, and that was a pretty good answer. You got the job.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate it. All right. Thank you. All righty. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. No. Thank you, Jason, for the $10 for our campaign. Thank you, Craig, for the $27. You got a mug. Thank you, Samuel, for the $10 for our campaign. Maddie, thank you from HTX for the $27 for our campaign. Thank you to Cyan for the $52 for our campaign. You got a mug. Thank you, Brian, for the $50 for our campaign. Thank you, Taylor, for the $27 for our campaign. Thank you, Zach, for the $10 for our campaign. Thank you, Zach, and thank you, Muriel, for the $50 for our campaign. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, guys. I want to get one more debate for you guys. Let's see if we can get one more. Hello?
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
No, congrats on the fundraising.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was a really big day.
Pretty cool. I wanted to ask you a couple questions pertaining with immigration. Do you admit that the President Biden basically failed at protecting the southern border and his administration kind of really dropped the ball there?
No, I think it's really on the Republicans that ultimately, when we really needed help, ultimately were weakened. A bunch of sock puppets and didn't do anything to help us when things were surging. So it's great to be Mr. Johnny lately, years after the big surge was there, but the Republicans did nothing when we needed help.
Okay, but the president does have executive order and executive action. He had Title 42 in place for the first 2 years of his presidency, and that did stop a lot of the flow. I do understand that's a link to COVID being a global, pandemic, so you can only really invoke that at that point. But you did see him take executive action his third year in the summer after he couldn't get a bill through Congress. So he had the authority to, and that executive action actually led to a drop in illegal border crossing. Why wasn't he able to do it middle of his second year when
The whole reason why that happened was because you got to understand why you saw an uptick in the first place.
No, let's
The
also
reason
let me
why you
saw
saw
my
an
camera. I'm
uptick,
sorry.
the reason why you saw an uptick in the first place was because of C-19. And C-19 is what led to people leaving poor countries, and then ultimately they went to wealthier countries. It's the same trend that you saw all around the world. Why you saw an uptick in illegal immigration, particularly in the UK. Why you saw upticks in the EU. Why you saw upticks in France, in Germany, in Italy, and all of these countries all around the world at the exact same time. People left poor countries and they went to wealthier countries. So, particularly at this time, you saw this uptick in the United States because of C-19 as it was. Those numbers came down as a result of C-19 being not to the same degree that it was before, and ultimately they were naturally deciding to come down. So that's what led to it, and that's why you saw the numbers largely start to increase towards the end of Donald Trump's term.
Okay, I think that makes sense because there was a stall of people, but I also do know that we had 14 million people enter under Joe Biden's presidency, right? 14 million people. I think you can attribute part of that to COVID-19. You'd also attribute part of that to, hey, they did not think it was going to be an issue, right? So I know some people who worked in the campaign, and for a while they didn't want to talk about the border and immigration because they didn't want it to be a topic. And you're from Texas, so you know this is a real issue, right? So they would go out there and say, oh, it's not really an issue, there's not really a broken border, there's not really anything happening. But then people who are living there are like, there is an issue, we just want it to be orderly, we want there to be more judges. And so when I talk about them dropping the ball, I don't think it's just policy. I think a lot of it also has to do with messaging. They weren't able to message their way out of it. And I think if you look at what actually lost Kamala Harris the election, a big part of it was immigration and the border. And I think, first of all, Joe Biden giving her the position of she was supposed to stem, her official position was actually supposed to go after, the countries in Latin America, why there's this flow out of there, what's happening and what the borders are. But kind of giving the vice president that role without the vice president having any actual authority and power besides voting in the Senate when it's tied. I think that was a pretty stupid move by them. So all I have to say is that if he took actions his third year, summer of his third year, I was actually interning on the Hill when he took those actions. I remember when the bill failed, we were all kind of surprised. But if he could take the actions then, I don't see why he couldn't take very similar actions second year when things started to get really bad. Because remember what he put was, border is going to be shut down unless we have an average of below, I think it was 5,000 crossings a day. Courts upheld that, right? Because the border and border security and immigration is actually one of the areas where the president has a lot of authority. So, I mean, just constructive criticism here. I think they dropped the ball, and I think they could have done something much earlier. And I don't know if that's because maybe they didn't want to talk about it.
This is a big word salad that's ultimately just repeating itself. Ultimately, what you're doing is you're talking about a bunch of political opinionated mumbo jumbo that has nothing to do with the reality and the substance. You never attached the substance of what I said. Ultimately, when you're talking about what happened in the very beginning, it was a worldwide trend that we saw all around the world. You saw an uptick in illegal immigration starting in the end of Donald Trump's term. And then ultimately, it's happened in the very beginning of Biden's term. So when Joe Biden was trying to go and get more dollars for immigration courts, immigration judges, more dollars to go and expand all of these things, more dollars to go forward and hire more immigration officers. I know this because I've met with people from Border Patrol. I've been there with my mentor. I've been in these meetings and I know what they were asking for. But it was the Republicans that stood in the way of going forward to go get this done. So as of all of this case, you're talking about an executive order that, yes, Joe Biden signed, but that was not the real reason why you saw those numbers starting to come down. Those numbers were going down before then. Those numbers were going down as a result of C-19 being as strong and as hard as it was before, because this was a worldwide trend. And when we needed help to make sure that we could secure the border, it was the Republicans that stood around and did nothing about it.
There is a direct correlation between those numbers going down and executive orders. That's pretty clear. They touted that. Like, they went out there and even touted that because of his executive orders that he signed, border crossings were down 60%. So either the administration
that's called politics, but ultimately you're not talking about the substance. I'm talking about the substance of what happened. The real thing is you saw the uptick happen at the end of Donald Trump's term, because if you were on the Hill at that time, you would also know that Chip Roy was giving speeches about this back in 2020 when Donald Trump was running for re-election, claiming that the border was absolutely a problem under him. So this started back in 2020. It continued in 2021, also in 2022, because of what we saw with C-19. That's what happened. So when you talk about the large surge that came into this country, you have to talk about the fact that the Republicans stood in the way of getting more immigration courts, more immigration officers, more things and more resources needed to control that surge at the time. Just because you go forward and you do that, years later certainly does not go forward and mean that when you absolutely needed the help, it was the Republicans that sat there and did absolutely nothing to go forward and help us.
Okay. So I agree with that. I think the Republicans didn't do much. They didn't offer the immigration judges. They didn't have the money for that. They didn't want to help with this front. But again, when Biden had Remain in Mexico in place, that's not there was a jump, but it wasn't as bad.
And by the way, you have to understand that Title 42 was struck down because that was a public health statute. And when when that situation happened and it was gotten rid of by the courts, and it was an ACLU case, you can go and look this up yourself, and it was gotten rid of. Ultimately, it was because of that action that happened that led to things going the way that they did.
Yeah, so no, I agree with you. I agree with you that the Title 42 not being in place is what ultimately really fucked shit up.
No,
but
that's not true. No, that's not
true.
Yes,
we saw a direct link to that too.
No, because because Title 42, even when Title 42 was removed, it literally was still, the number still went down even after that.
It went down for a couple months. Yes, it went down for a couple months. But once people started to realize
border crossings were at their all-time low under the Biden administration when Joe Biden left office. So you don't know what you're talking about.
Obama had a much more secure border. That's not true.
What are you talking about? I said that under Joe Biden, the border crossings under his administration were at an all-time low when Biden left office.
Yes, because he enacted the executive actions in the summer prior.
So if you're saying that Title 42 not being in place is what led to the border going crazy, that's just simply not accurate.
No, but what I'm saying is Title 42 gets removed, right? And their whole reasoning, I understand part of the reasoning is because you need because he was going to basically withdraw the global health pandemic, right? He was going to say, oh, COVID is no longer a global health pandemic. That's what Title 42 is paired with, right? So I understand that reasoning. But ultimately, I think if it went to the Supreme Court, I don't think the conservative Supreme Court would have ruled against Title 42. That's just a wild guess.
It was the circuit court that did it.
Yeah, circuit. So, but they never let it go to the Supreme Court.
Why? Because they refused to hear the case. That's how it works.
Huh? They could have challenged it and went to the Supreme Court.
What do you mean? If they wanted to see it go to the court, stop. Because they didn't want to take it up. So your argument is completely crushed. Because if they wanted to go and strike it down, they would literally go and accept it to bring to the Supreme Court.
The Biden administration didn't want to prolong it.
What are you talking about? It was the Supreme Court that decided they didn't want to keep the case. They didn't want to take the case.
The Biden administration came out forwardly and did not want to prolong Title 42.
The Biden administration doesn't have a say in whether or not the Supreme Court wants to take a case or not. What are you talking about?
They could. Okay, I gotta look into if the Supreme Court actually rejected it.
Do you not know how the courts work?
I do know how the courts work, sir.
So if it got stuck in the circuit court and the Supreme Court decided to take it up, that's because the Supreme Court felt like that was not a case they wanted to hear.
Did they appeal it? Because you have to appeal it for it to actually go to the
Supreme Court said that they did not want.
Okay, I'll take your word on that then. But again, going back, so once Title 42 ends,
Jake.
Okay, yes,
you're all over the place.
I'm
the
not,
reason why you're all over the place.
I'm not all over the place.
And the reason why you're all over the place is because it's very clear. When we needed help, when we needed more resources to go forward, to go and secure the border, the Republicans were nowhere to be found. And that's the situation.
I think that they're also just frauds on this too.
Okay, all right, great. So I'm glad we have a way of agreeing, Jake. I appreciate you. Thank you.
It's 11:13. Good luck on the campaign.
All righty, take care. All right. Let's see. Thank you, Ruby, for the $100 for our campaign. Can we get some W in the chat for Ruby? Thank you, Nikita, for the $20 for our campaign. Thank you, Sophia, for the $25 $25 for our campaign. Thank you, Caitlin, for the $30 for our campaign. Thank you, Christopher, for the $100 for our campaign. W's in the chat for Christopher. Pamela, thank you for the $10 for our campaign. Thank you, Nikki, for the $27 for our campaign. Calvin for the $27 for our campaign. Tony for the $27 for our campaign. And thank you, Dontrius, for the $30 for our campaign. Everybody, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. We have crushed the goal. Guys, I think it's time for me to go to sleep. I'm not going to lie. We have had a crazy in the quarter. Josh is already knocked out sleep. I just can't even say enough about what this means for us. We're gonna get Robin to wrap us up. We're going to sleep.
To all the donors, to every last donor. Samantha, awesome. Thank you. Y'all done had a soft thug over here.
Man, DJ Big Daddy House introducing Robin running back.
Hey, you better know it. You did it, Isaiah. Everybody in this chat, y'all did it, y'all. Ain't nobody say shit about this shit, boy.
No, we cooked.
These pressure cookers cooked.
We
baby.
cooked.
Every donor, Samantha, down to my little 25. Get it, y'all. I better get it.
I can't wait for you guys to all get your mugs, man. You guys better, if you guys make TikToks with your mugs, I will repost them. So definitely make sure you tag me if you guys do.
I will too, as well. Hey, let's get to it. Trad. I love Trad. Please invite Trad every single night. Don't miss a night. Don't. Just let him come up. I don't give a fuck if it's just a breathe. Trad, you came up here talking about if Isaiah doesn't win. If Isaiah doesn't win. Do you see what happened tonight, Trad? There are now 3 definites that I have learned last night in Houston District 18. Death, taxes, and Isaiah Martin. That's what we know.
Yes, indeed. That's right.
That's what we know. So don't come up here talking about if he doesn't, because it's been proven tonight that everyone wants to see him go there. Everyone wants to see him battle. I don't even want to say
B6. B6.
Yeah, B6. Just B6. Slayer. Hey, Slayer is a Democrat. Slayer, I expect for you to be making your donation. I expect you to be on that phone bank, and I expect you quietly to be in that booth voting for Isaiah. You don't have to tell anybody. It could just be between you and your higher being. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. State. Let's get to state. I don't mean no harm, and I want to thank you for your service, but you ain't even been here in 5 years. How you even know what the fuck is going on in here for you to come here talking about, oh, Terrace is going to do this and oh, Terrace is going to do that and how we're going to be great? No, we not. No, we not. Stay your ass over there where you at and keep doing what you doing, protecting us. Thank you. Don't come back up here with that bullshit. Dewey, you focused on the wrong shit. Pay attention to your own backyard before you enter somebody else's backyard. We got a lot of shit going on. I know you want to have a heart for the world and, save the children and all that old bullshit. We got a lot of shit going on over here that we need to take care of here. Tariffs are bad here. They're going to be bad for the American people here. I don't know how to stress that. So again, stay in your house, fix your backyard before stepping outside. Is there anything else that we need to talk about, Isaiah? Because all I'm saying is I have shed tears. I am on an emotional roller coaster. You have done it. You are going to Congress. I am so proud of you. I do not know what to do. I am so happy to be a part of this.
It's so amazing, Robin. I'm so hyped. You know,
I know you're so overwhelmed. I know you're tired, but I want you to get a little bit of rest, and I want you to get up and understand that you are on a mission. The brick has been laid, the mortar has been made. I just need you to walk the path.
W's in chat, Robin.
All righty? And I'm out with my soft thug ass. Holla.
All right, Robin.
Hey, pressure cookers, I love y'all. Donors, I love you. Samantha, you the GOAT, baby. And I'm out, sir. Hey. Hey.
W's, Robin.
Hey.
All righty, guys. I love you guys. I don't have any outro music tonight because I'm upstairs and I'm doing this. But ultimately, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, if anybody would have ever told me a year ago that I would be running for Congress right now with so much momentum, with thousands of people on, not that one.
Oh, I don't know the song.
No, it's all the way. It's all the way. There we go. All righty. You know, if anybody would ever told me a year ago that I would be standing here running for the U.S. Congress with so many of you on my side, so much support, getting ready, the front runners in our race, getting ready to go and dominate the Republicans in Congress, I would have laughed and said there's absolutely no way that that's possible. But it's only in this country that we can all come together and get to where we need to be. So I love you guys. If you want to go forward and get one of these mugs, you can click the link in my bio. We can drink up MAGA tears. I want you all to be right there with me in D.C. when we take it to the Republicans, we flip the House, and we start delivering for all of you. You guys are the ones that are here from the very beginning. And I just want you to know that I love you guys so much, appreciate you for everything, and I can't say how much you all mean to me. All righty, guys. I'll see you. I think tomorrow I'm going to take tomorrow off. It's been a crazy run, but I'll be back on Wednesday, and we'll go from there. But we're going to
No, seriously, my son is obsessed with that guy.
Really? I'll have to give you a follow. You can message me.
Y'all are friends?
It depends. I'm gonna add a lot of more stuff to it, like some blood, maybe like a hand. So if you want,
Brian, how are you?
Could you make it with the horn?
Hold up.
With the arm, yeah.
No, the horn, the little horn.
Oh, the horn.
Y'all say hi to Brian.
What's up, buddy?
Hi, Brian. Nice to meet
What's
you.
up, y'all? How we doing?
I think your mic's off.
It's not scary.
What are you doing, Jess? Jess, what are you doing?
I'm hanging out
2v2s?
with Catwoman. Yes.
Guys, I'm going to start this battle, and I got to fix this.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, just hit me up about it.
Chat, great stuff, y'all. Chat, great stuff. Mia with the 53 roses.
Really?
Mia with the 53 roses.
I know.
Brian, do you want to battle Brian? Yes or no?
Double whammy.
Hey, did you go see the new movie?
You know what? I've seen all of them, but the last one I heard.
Oh, my bad. Listen,
it was
I just switched to the PC, so I'm used to the freaking the message popping up on my
Weird
screen.
vibes.
It's not my fault. It was an accident. Chat, listen, we lock in, we work together, y'all. Everybody taps, everybody taps, everybody taps, everybody taps, everybody taps. Everybody taps, everybody taps. We go taps and roses till the speed, chat. We go taps and roses till the speed.
Who's talking? Somebody
Brian.
Yes, Jess.
I think it's Brian's mic.
There's no one.
My mic?
Thank you for the heart me.
Not working.
Did it go away? As soon as
yeah, your mic's not working.
What's up, Lisa? How are you? Hold on.
No, thanks for the heart me, love. How are you doing?
What's up, Callie?
My chat can hear me. Hold up. Chat, we listen. Let's see. Is it like screeching or what?
No, you're echoing kind of like you're in a room, like your mic's not working.
All right, hold on.
Like you're using your phone mic.
Guys, on so quick. What's that? Is that
Well, you know what? Just mute me, and then I guess I can catch up with you guys at the end.
No, you can hear you still, but it's not like loud.
Got you.
There's no one. Thank you so
Hold on,
much.
chat.
Thank you,
All right,
Lisa.
listen.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's fine. That's
Guys,
fine.
help him out if we can. We have 40
Chat,
people.
listen. Here's what we got to do. Listen, everybody with the
Maybe you can
rose.
share it
Once you
out,
drop
that'd
me
be
a
great.
rose, go down in oil. Drop him a rose, chat. We rotate
So
sides.
this is
Rotate sides.
2022 right there.
Rotate sides with roses. Rotate sides with roses.
Yeah,
I've been going live forever.
Cindy, Mia.
I know.
No, I remember when you first started.
I remember that.
Huh?
Guys, go back and forth. We're on teams.
Thank you, Alyssa. Thank you, Wade.
Wait, thank you so much.
Go back
Girl,
and
Nunu,
forth.
thank you.
We need
Chat, we
roses,
need one more.
roses.
Good job,
6 more points, guys. 6 more points. 6 more roses.
Zan.
Chat.
Mandy.
Chat, on these doubles, we work together. On these doubles, we work together. Chat.
Oh, what's up, Mandy? I'll have your music here in a minute.
On these doubles, we all lock in, we all work together, chat. Hustle, you out hustle? I think
It's
I know Jazz is wild. Like looking back, I was looking at pictures. I was like, man, I used to look so happy when I streamed. Then I look at down.
Nicholas! Nicholas with the freaking Star Map Polaris.
When did you start?
I'm like, 2022 is when I started like battling. Then I would go
That's when I
live.
started battling.
Chat, everybody work together.
Yeah.
Everybody work together and go, oh shit.
When did battling start? 22?
Noon, thank you so much, Noon.
I don't know.
We all
I know
work
in
together, chat.
2020 you could not really battle. You can just we just went live. There was like 3 gifts.
No, yeah, that's good now.
What did you get? Oh my god.
I need music, chat.
No, it's been happening.
Guys, I need
I don't know
music.
why.
Not the
Second glitch.
WWE wrestling
Damn.
belt.
Bye.
Well, we didn't have to do much.
Hey, I got a lion on it. There's a lion on my belt.
Got a lion, guys. If we get a lion, I got nothing right now. We'll do like
Mia's over here spamming roses.
forget it.
Mia, you funny as hell.
Forget it. I don't know what we do. I'll give you one of my.
Lenny, I see you.
Yeah, maybe.
Chat, great job, y'all. Nicholas, thank you so much, man. Mia, thank you. Noon, thank you so
Baby.
much.
Are we feeling like a
Mario.
lion or no?
No, hey, let's just finish this game here. Don't even talk like that.
What league are you in, Catwoman?
Still
Thank
B.
you so much. Kylie, what's up?
Me
I'm in
too.
B2 right. I'm in B2 right now.
Yeah.
I just got A1.
Moving on up.
That line did A1. Crazy.
See that? You guys are like overachievers over there.
Tamika!
Nicholas,
Hi,
thank you
Keith.
so much. bro.
Welcome to A1, chat.
Hi, Cody.
Nicholas, thank you so much, man. Seriously.
Hi,
I'm gonna take
Combo.
a
Nicholas, I appreciate it, bro.
Miss
Nicholas, you do not have to be here, bro.
Thank y'all, man.
Like, seriously.
I'm good, Kylie.
Right, Sean, what's up, right, Sean? How we doing tonight?
All right, guys.
Right, Sean's in the
Been
freaking
on
building.
4.
Yo, me and Nar, y'all taste
1
that
hour
food
and
yet, or
30
what? Is it good? Good to you,
1
Rashawn.
hour
Good,
and
Rashawn. Thank you for
37.
asking. Rashawn, what'd you do today?
You like cats or what?
Me? No, so I cosplay as Catwoman sometimes.
What's cosplay?
Where you dress up. You'll just have to watch my videos. Then you see.
Okay. No, I'm serious because I went to school with these people called furries. No, is it the same thing?
No, it's not the same.
Okay. No, I'm dead ass. I don't know.
Furries are different.
I'm sorry.
Finish the joke.
No, you're good. You're good. A lot of people.
Rashawn, what do you mean,
ask
Rashawn?
that.
Rashawn,
But like they would like
okay.
they would go out
Since
in the
when?
woods and one
No.
Rashawn, since when? What the
this
hell?
dude was named Chad the
Let me
Fox.
freaking
And he
pee.
wore a foxtail to school
Nicholas,
and
thank you so
they'd go
much,
out in
man.
the woods and have
Seriously.
orgies.
No.
I'm
Yeah.
serious.
I know what you're talking about.
Listen,
Weird shit.
It is.
me,
Yeah.
Oil. You should.
everybody
Oil.
tap
You
and
should
share
not
much. Thank
kink
you so
shame.
much. I really came over from this side to drop a rose. Thank you guys
No,
so
I'm
much.
not shaming her.
You're kink shaming.
Huh?
What's that? What's that
You guys are
mean?
impeccable.
Oh wait, let me
Like,
make
for
everybody.
example, a furry. Furries are. There's a reason why they dress like furries. I'm not a furry at all. Never been into that. But so it's a way of like putting on a armor because they could have been like hurt as a child. They could have been put through some things. So it's a way of masking to protect.
Okay.
I don't know that. I feel bad now.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
No idea.
It's a shield. Like people who
Girls?
dress as puppies. Like there's people who dress like horses and puppies. They'll do that as a
Yeah.
shield as well.
Fox. What
Really?
Are you talking about, girls?
Yeah,
because they might have been hurt as a child or might have been hurt as an adult or something like that. So it's a way of like being something else that you don't have to feel the pain or feel the remembrance of things. So just shaming someone for their kinks is not
crazy.
I
not
didn't know
good.
that.